Manchester United set their sights on FA Cup success tonight when they face Derby at Old Trafford, and they will disappointed by manager Jose Mourinho reasserting his desire to stay with the club and lead more silverware. Mourinho insists he has no plans to walk out on United at the end of the season and addressed the issue in his press conference on Thursday. "And as I told when I arrived, I'm going to leave when the club wants me to leave because I have no intention to leave at all," he said following reports he was ready to quit. Meanwhile, goalkeeper Sergio Romero will start against Derby, while both Romelu Lukaku and Marwan Fellaini are available for the third-round clash. Antonio Valencia is close to a return but won't be available for selection tonight. Stick with us as we bring you all the news and transfer rumours live from Old Trafford. 1048 Pep Guardiola made fewer changes 17 than most of his Premier League rivals over Christmas, despite warning the hectic fixture schedule will kill players. In comparison, Jose Mourinho used 19 with David De Gea, Phil Jones, Paul Pogba and Nemanja Matic ever present. 1042 A legend officially joined the club. He comes from Serbia. 1018 Arsenal legend Thierry Henry believes United's hopes of finishing second in the league rely on the performances of one man. If Man United find a way for Pogba to play the way he played against Everton, be careful, Henry told Sky Sports. "But I still say Chelsea to finish second." 1006 United and Ivory Coast defender Eric Bailly has been named in the CAF African Team of the Year. 0943 United have lost just one of the last 35 FA Cup games against La Liga opponents at Old Trafford. W28D6 losing 10 to Leeds United in January 2010. 0936 Speaking in his press conference yesterday, Jose Mourinho confirmed one player will start tonight. "Another good thing against Bristol, the good or the bad against Bristol, was I could not blame myself, that I want there to have some fun, to play with some kids and throw away the match," he said. "I'm going to do the same against Derby County. I'm going to play with a good team, then the result out of your control, but to go with a strong team with first-team players for sure. I'm going to play this match like a Premier League match, and it's going to play Romero because Romero is a top goalkeeper and he deserves to play, and David deserves a rest. Romero is going to be Argentina's goalkeeper in the World Cup in a few months, so for all that Romero means to us, Romero plays, and apart from that I'm going to play with a team I consider a very strong team." 0931 Jose Mourinho has a new man on his radar. 0929 Reds have given their opinion on Gary Neville's comments, which we posted in the blog earlier. 0920 Derby manager Gary Rowett has been reflecting on the day he made his home debut against the Reds. "It was my home debut if I recall," Rowett said. "It's so far away that I can't even remember it. I do remember thinking to myself that it was great that I was playing against Manchester United. I was only 17 and I challenged Brian Robson for a header in midfield and I think I won it." I'm sure he would say otherwise if he could remember it, but I was thinking to myself, wow, I have won a header against Manchester United, because it is such an amazing club, one steeped in history. Any young player will remember those times. As for this game, however, is it an occasion? No, it's not. It's an FA Cup tie between two clubs. It's not an occasion for us. This is a job and we're going there to try and be as competitive as we can. I've been to Old Trafford as a player. I remember going when Leicester were top of the league, when it was a top-of-the-table clash after 10 matches and we got absolutely thrashed. It's a great place to go and play, but that's only the case if you can handle the game and the moment. That's a big challenge for any team, let alone a championship one. 0911 United great Gary Neville is keen to look at the bigger picture of the Reds' progression under Jose Mourinho. Despite being 15 points off the pace set by an exceptional City side, Neville doesn't want to underestimate the development this season. You'd say Huddersfield, Southampton, Burnley, Leicester are the games you can look at and say there should be 4-5 more points on the board. Neville told Sky Sports then you'd say Manchester United would be having a fantastic season, but it's those dropped points combined with what's happening over the road, the fact the City are so many points clear, and the style in which they're playing. But it's still better at United than it has been in the past few years. The problem is that when you've got such big rivals and such big rivals in management terms as Jose and Pep, everything gets amplified. That's the nature of a big club like Manchester United, getting criticism as well as the praise, but you have to forget the uncontrollables don't feel picked on, because nobody feels sorry for you when you're at Manchester United. You have to accept and be tough enough to overcome it. They've still got trophies to play for: the FA Cup, the Champions League, and they have a real challenge on to finish second in the league. While second shouldn't be tolerated at Manchester United, it would be an improvement on recent years. 0854 United have turned their attention towards Kieran Tierney, according to a report. Jose Mourinho is reportedly looking to strengthen his options at left-back in the January window, with the youngsters seen as economical options. The Daily Record believes Mourinho has been impressed by the progress of the Celtic star and is looking for a cheaper alternative to Tottenham ace Danny Rose. 0837 That's according to Arsenal great Martin Keown, who says he is enjoying the project Mourinho has started at Old Trafford. "I am enjoying seeing Manchester United try to rekindle what they had under Sir Alex Ferguson," he told the Daily Mail, "and Jose Mourinho will give them the best chance of doing so. The Premier League now is like when Mourinho and Pep Guardiola were going head-to-head in La Liga. It seems that if Mourinho cannot win, he will throw his toys out of the pram and run off, but it is too early for him to leave. Manchester United's 3 recent draws have meant that the Premier League title race is no longer competitive. We need United to be creating that competition." I thought he handled the situation a lot better after the draw with Southampton. He did not hammer his players and kept his words to a minimum. 0829 A fantastic gesture from Ashley Young as he helps to promote accessibility for visually impaired users of social media. 0818 According to the Daily Star, Jose Mourinho has blocked talk of a potential loan move for Henrikh Mkhitaryan. Mourinho's former club, Inter Milan, had been linked with a move for the Armenian ace. Manager Luciano Spalletti has identified Mkhitaryan as a top target for the January window, but Mourinho is reluctant to see him go out on loan. 0815 Former United forward Tom Lawrence, hip and midfielder Joe Ledley back are injury concerns for Derby for tonight's FA Cup clash at Old Trafford. Manager Gary Rowett is also monitoring the fitness of Bradley Johnson following his recent back problem. 0759 Kieran Kelly Jose Mourinho vowed to play a Premier League team against Derby County, but that should not stop him from handing a number of players a rare run out. You have to go back to October 24th for Axel Tuanzebe's last start, while it is also an opportunity for Scott McTominay and particularly Henrikh Mkhitaryan to impress. Marwan Fellaini has not played for more than a month, so should be eased back in from the bench. Marcus Rashford has pedigree against La Liga opposition in the number 9 role, and Jesse Lingard and Anthony Martial are in fine form following their exploits at Everton. 0757 United have triggered year-long contract extensions with Juan Mata, Ander Herrera, Ashley Young and Daley Blind, according to the Mirror. The quartet were out of contract this summer, but United moved to secure their market value by taking up their option of an added 12 months. The Reds had triggered the same clause with defender Luke Shaw. 0744 Goalkeeper Sergio Romero will start for United against Derby, while both Romelu Lukaku and Marwan Fellaini are available for the FA Cup third-round clash at Old Trafford. Striker Lukaku could feature 6 days after coming off on a stretcher against Southampton following a clash of heads, with midfielder Fellaini set to return, having been out since November. Michael Carrick is back training but will not be considered, and Antonio Valencia is still at least a week away, so they will remain on the sidelines along with the suspended Ashley Young and injured Eric Bailly. 0740 United prospect Angel Gomez signed his first professional contract recently with the club, tying down one of the top young talents. And The Sun claimed the Reds have given him one of the biggest ever contracts for a youth player. Gomez is, according to the report, now receiving a basic £17,000 a week. The 17-year-old Salford-raised forward made his first team debut in the final game of last season against Crystal Palace. United moved to fend off reported interest from Barcelona and Borussia Dortmund. Gomez signs his contract with Nicky Butt last month. 0734 Jose Mourinho is reportedly upset by United's reluctance to make a move for Danny Rose. Mourinho is said to keen to add Rose to his squad as He chases a world-class left-back in the January transfer window. According to the Daily Mail, the Tottenham defender is his top choice to fill the position at Old Trafford. However, United Sport have reportedly shown reluctance over sanctioning a deal as they already see Luke Shaw in improved form of late as the ideal player for the role. Ashley Young has also impressed in the position, but Mourinho is believed to want to add a natural left-back who can make an immediate impact in the transfer window, claims the report. 0729 Jaap Stam is keen on taking United left-back Cameron Borthwick-Jackson to Reading, according to the Daily Mail. Borthwick-Jackson is at fellow Championship side Leeds on a season-long loan after previously being sent to Wolverhampton. But he has struggled for a first-team spot, starting just one league game since joining them, with the Elland Road manager Thomas Christiansen saying, "What I know is that he will play the next game." Former United defender Stam is said to be keen, as he is having to use centre-back Tyler Blackett, another Exeter right-back Chris Gunter at left-back. Borthwick-Jackson needs football, Reading need a left-back. 0714 ESPN pundit Shaka Hislop thinks a move to United for Leicester forward Riyad Mahrez would suit both parties. He said, "I'm going to say it's going to be a good destination. I think this makes perfect sense. I like Mahrez. I think Manchester United would need his creativity. I also think that they would need and could do with this dynamism coming out of midfield. That is a big hit for me." 0712 Lots of interest in United manager Jose Mourinho's reasoning on this issue this morning. He has revealed why he decided to stay at the Lowry, a hotel for all the time he has been in Manchester. Mourinho arrived at the Lowry, which United use as the pre-match base for home matches, in July 2016 and has resided at the city centre hotel rather than move elsewhere. The decision has caused confusion among some United supporters, and some of Mourinho's detractors have questioned the decision to isolate himself in a hotel. Image Eamon and James Clark. Full story. Harry goalkeeper Sergio Romero will start for United against Derby, while both Romelu Lukaku and Marwan Fellaini are available for the FA Cup third-round clash at Old Trafford. Striker Lukaku could feature 6 days after coming off on a stretcher against Southampton following a clash of heads, with midfielder Fellaini set to return, having been out since November. Michael Carrick is back training but will not be considered, and Antonio Valencia is still at least a week away, so they will remain on the sidelines, along with the suspended Ashley Young and injured Eric Bailly. Friday night football under the Old Trafford floodlights awaits this evening. But there's plenty to discuss before we get to kick-off time. We'll be here everything United, all